Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Holiday Caravan Parade for 2017, the 58th edition of the Holiday Caravan Parade. I'm Kent Bernhardt, joined by David Wisnett.
Aren't you excited to be here?
I am.
I'm
always excited to be here.
This has been a big part of my life and Kent's as well, and a big part of this community now. As you said, for 58 years, it's often described as the Carolina's loveliest and liveliest parade, and we know they're getting set up, they're getting ready to go, and we're getting ready to bring it to you. We want to thank some folks who are making this possible. They include our sponsors. Sponsors this year for the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade include Food Lion, Oral's Food Service, Perry's Overhead Doors, and Aaron's Rentals.
Longhorn Steakhouse joins us this year, along with Walgreens, 6 Foot Kitten, and the Essie Mae Kaiser Fox Charter School will be one of our sponsors this year as well.
Everybody's ready to go. We're ready. We know you're ready. We're going to get to it right after this.
This is how Food Lion shoppers outsmart the season. By turning the imperfect into picture perfect. Making everything fresh, even if it's not from scratch. And counting on Food Lion to keep recipes budget-friendly and easy. Now, bring on the in-laws. Food Lion, how refreshing.
Food Lion Feeds provides meals to those in our community who need them most. With the gift of nourishing food, families can take care of the ones they love. And when they get back on their feet, show the same kindness to someone else. Pick up your Holidays Without Hunger box today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 58th Annual Holiday Caravan Parade 2017. And I'm Kent Bernhardt, glad to be here with you for the parade coverage today, joined by my good friend David Wisnett of WBTV.
Hey, good to be here with you. This is always exciting. It's the big kickoff to the holiday season in Salisbury and Spencer and all across Rowan County. People look forward to this all year, and I've been looking forward to being here again this year, especially here with you, Kent.
Yeah, enjoying it, David. And tell you, how old were you when you went to your very first Holiday Caravan Parade?
2 or 3, I assume.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
I can remember, young child, being at this parade. It seemed like it was always getting dark, and I would see the Salisbury portion of it. My feet would be numb, my fingers would be numb, go home, have some hot chocolate, and it was always a great event to go to every year. Wouldn't miss it.
Wouldn't miss it, you're right. And there's Chief Mike James of the Spencer Police Department leading off as they always do. It's traditional. You have law enforcement that kind of kicks things off as they roll through Spencer. Sheriff Kevin Auten with the Rowan County Sheriff's Office. He has been sheriff since 2010. Does a great job. Good to see him. He always enjoys coming out to the parade.
The weather absolutely gorgeous today for this Holiday Caravan Parade, and not looking for a cloud in sight today, so hopefully we'll get through the entire parade with no problems in the weather department.
Yep. One of my favorite things about the parade is the classic cars. And so there you've got this classic Pontiac, what is it, 67, 68?
It's got to be, what, 68, 69, somewhere in there.
Coming up there, convertible, beautiful car, and I believe that car is in front of Chief Jerry Stokes. Now, Jerry Stokes is the chief of the Salisbury Police Department, so we're going to see him coming by in just a minute. But again, just get a look at this beautiful Pontiac convertible coming by here.
I love that car, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful blue car here today that stands out against this bright blue sky. Here in the Spencer area, we're reviewing the parade today.
Good crowd of folks on the street, too.
Yeah.
Now, there's Sheriff Auten, and he is looking good there. Look at this festive blazer.
Whoa, what is this? He like a little Santa Claus thing going on there with that big red blazer.
Now, there's Chief Stokes, Salisbury Police Department. He is still relatively new. He was in the parade last year, I think. He's been here, been in Salisbury, rather, for about a year and a half. A lot of things he's been putting through, a lot of new efforts on behalf of the police department, doing a great job. Good to see him.
Got a busy job, very important job here in the area too. And I love these bright smiles that we're seeing from everybody already in the Holiday Caravan Parade. The Holiday Caravan Parade was designed as the big kickoff to the shopping season here in the Salisbury and Spencer area. So This is what kicks it all off. We go for the next month or so, and we have a bright holiday season ahead of us.
We really do. And there's the Rowan County Rescue Squad. They always are represented very well. And you want to see them in the parade. You don't want to see them in your driveway necessarily, but you want to see them in the parade. But if you do have to see them in the driveway, you know that you're going to have professional service and they're going to do the best they can to help you. And they also help out with fires and all kinds of different things across the community.
Want to give a big shout out too. You'll see various people on the sidelines of the parade kind of helping to direct things, make sure the crowd does not get into the line of fire here of all the floats, and of course the Piedmont Pistons and everybody else who will probably be by here a little bit later on today to be a part of the parade. Always glad to have the Veterans Honor Guard as part of the Holiday Caravan Parade. They're a traditional part of all of this here. Look at this crowd today, just incredible numbers of people here.
Great crowd, and you can see that this is an entry that always gets a lot of applause. Everyone wants to stand and honor our veterans, and especially this particular organization because we see them across the county. They do military funerals, they do flag services for the county, they present the colors at Jesse Carson High School and Catawba College at the football games. And then we did a couple news stories about them this year because they actually went on the national stage with the Honor Guard and they won some pretty big awards. They placed second in Baltimore and then they won a national championship in Cincinnati, and it was a pretty heated competition and they came out on top. So a lot of kudos to them, and there you can see again just a lot of respect paid to those veterans.
And you know it's an official parade each and every year when you see that marvelous Holiday Caravan Parade banner, which is right behind them in this year's parade. They've had this in various forms through the years. I can remember when they had individual boxes.
Yep.
They'd have people walking inside of a box each and every time. So
I remember that too, yeah. And they would kind of twirl and go back and forth. That was really cool.
Yeah, quite an honor to be allowed to carry the Holiday Caravan banner each year. So that officially kicks off our parade.
And there's your Grand Marshal.
Yeah.
And you know, you got to have a Grand Marshal that has a cool nickname. And so when you've got Wild Bill as your Grand Marshal, you know you're doing well. So that's Wild Bill Courier. He has been around for a long time. Great guy, very active, helping out with ROTC, with South Rowan High School. Just a great guy and a great honor for Wild Bill to be the Grand Marshal.
I can remember when Wild Bill Courier used to drive people in the Holiday Caravan Parade. He would always be there to do that too. I think if you put the name Wild in front of any name, in front of your name, David, doing a TV news report, Wild David Wisnett,
yes,
that would work out pretty well today too.
Thank you, Wild Kent Bernhardt.
Thank you.
Food Lion rolling through now. Food Lion, the big sponsor always for the Holiday Caravan Parade. Good to see them. They've got that vintage truck that they bring out as well as one of their big tractor trailers.
The actual Food Lion is out there too, in full costume there. What model truck are we looking at?
You got me.
Boy, has
An
to go back
old
maybe
one.
to the early 50s,
Yeah.
possibly to the first Holiday Caravan
I think it may
Parade.
predate the first Holiday
Yeah, I
Caravan
think it
Parade.
probably does. This is number 58 for the Holiday Caravan Parade, and our official sponsor, Food Lion, with us today. Kids love this Food Lion.
Of course, Food Lion founded 60 years ago, and it's still, Salisbury is still home. There's about 1,027 stores now in 10 states. They have about 63,000 workers at Food Lion.
63,000 people. Food Lion got its start right here in the Carolinas in the late 1950s, just as the Holiday Caravan Parade did.
This truck is part of their Food Lion Feeds initiative, which is a great thing. That's something they started in 2014. They donate 500 million meals by 2020, and so far they've donated about 345 million meals to the needy. So good. It's a great effort, and again, it's Food Lion Feeds.
Now, is this our Holiday Caravan Queen this time around? Her name is Faith Kenyon. And we should mention there's a competition for Holiday Caravan Queen each and every year. First runner-up this year was Kayla Blackburn, and the second runner-up in the competition this year was O'Shaughnessy Wood. Well, we're glad to have Faith Kenyon here with us today as the official representative and her court for the Holiday Caravan Parade.
And it's, again, just a beautiful day like it is today. Nice warm temperatures, mild outside, so you don't have, you know, a lot of times you'd see these parades and the queens would be huddled up because they'd be freezing and the wind would be blowing and all that, but great day today.
Absolutely perfect. You and I've covered them all, and we've seen all kinds of weather. I can remember broadcasting a parade in the rain once, and they still had the parade.
Yep.
So it's wonderful though too. This weather girl is responsible for all of that too. Her name is Sky Mowry, and she is with us today in the Holiday Caravan Parade. assuring us that we will have bright blue skies for the entire duration.
And what could be better than weather girl whose name is Sky?
Yeah.
It's just perfect. And she is riding in a beautiful Mustang Saline convertible, so that looks good too. Now, you love to see a band and you love to see representation from our local high schools. And of course, since we're in Spencer for this version of the Holiday Caravan Parade, we're going to start out with the Cavaliers at North Rowan High School.
Absolutely. At the time I was coming up, they were the largest band in Rowan County. I think at the time they must have been 200 members strong back in the 70s. They're not quite that big today, but they sound every bit as wonderful as they always have.
What we have here is the JROTC from North Rowan High School. They, in 2015, were the second runner-up for the Rowan County United Way Service Above Self Youth Award. And in 2016, they did win that award, the Service Above Self Youth Award, so it's good to see that.
And Aisha Victoria Miller is North Rowan High School's homecoming queen. She is a varsity cheerleader at North Rowan High School and says that she would like to go on and attend a four-year university to major in biology. But let's welcome right now to the Holiday Caravan Parade all the fine representation we have from North Rowan.
And a minute ago there we saw Joshua Johad Ellis. He is the king at North Rowan High School for homecoming, basketball player. So good to see this big contingent from North. This is the hometown favorite, I guess, and there's that band getting ready to let it roll.
There they are. There they are. Absolutely beautiful. Greens always stand out so well in the Holiday Caravan Parade against that bright blue sky there, and just a trace of a few leaves on the tree in the background, and we're officially in the fall, David.
We really are. Look at that. They're looking good. Let's just we're going to step out of the way a minute. Take all this in for a few minutes. Sounding great. North Rowan's Cavaliers, the marching Cavaliers, the hometown favorite, looking good, sounded good.
And somebody has drilled them extensively on all those moves. It's a lot to keep a marching band. I marched in many a parade down through the years. One year they put us behind the horses. Bad move there, but I think these members are in fine shape here today. Good representatives of North Rowan Senior High School.
About 130 some, is that right? About 130 some entries in this year's Holiday Caravan Parade.
That's about the normal level. Holiday Caravan Parade provides normally a couple of hours worth of entertainment there.
Cheerleaders, of course, from the Cavaliers.
Santa hats, love those. North Rowan varsity cheerleaders smiling and waving to us on a beautiful afternoon here.
Ah, beautiful car. Again, I love the cars. A beige 64 Buick Electra 225. These are the town officials from the town of Spencer. Reed Walters, the town manager. There they are.
I'd love to know where they got this car. This is a beautiful, beautiful convertible. And of course, fire engines from the town of Spencer as well. The beautiful Spencer Fire Department here.
It's got to be fun for those guys to be able to do something like this, and it gives the community the chance to say thanks, show their appreciation.
You've gotten to ride in a parade before, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Is.
Your smile, though, gets plastered on your face there for a while. Gets frozen.
Spencer JC's rolling through town. Look at that. They're looking good. Great float. It's the 58th annual Holiday Caravan Parade, and it rolls on after a word from our sponsor.
This is how Food Lion shoppers outsmart the season. By turning the imperfect into picture perfect. Making everything fresh, even if it's not from scratch. And counting on Food Lion to keep recipes budget-friendly and easy. Now, bring on the in-laws. Food Lion, how refreshing.
Food Lion Feeds provides meals to those in our community who need them most. With the gift of nourishing food, families can take care of the ones they love. And when they get back on their feet, show the same kindness to someone else. Pick up your Holidays Without Hunger box today.
So glad to have you back with us for this year's Holiday Caravan Parade. Oh, here comes the classic automobile.
That, if I'm not mistaken, is part of the North Carolina Transportation Museum. This is one of the cars that was donated by this private collector, and he donated 6 or 7 just unbelievable cars from
That is in
like the
pristine
30s.
condition, yeah.
And they get to do a little bit of work, but the only caveat he said was the cars had to run, so they have them running, and you can go and actually ride in those cars. It's really cool. Just wonderful, wonderful addition to that museum.
Beautiful automobile. And here behind it is our trolley from the North Carolina Transportation Museum. At our vantage point here in Spencer, the conductor out front of all of that, waving and smiling to the crowd right now. But look at the decorations on this trolley, done up in all of its holiday finery.
Really looks good, and it's like, because we have this trolley, we have those in Salisbury that F&M Bank sponsors. You get to see these trolleys around town. It's really cool. It's just a neat thing.
Plus for kids, it's always a great treat to ride on the trolley, so you want to do that as often as you can. Kind of a nice experience for the kids there.
Here is a truck that looks imposing, but sounds even more imposing because it carries this gigantic whistle assortment. And if you can hear this thing, and probably see people coming their in. Listen to that. You hear that?
Amazing.
It really is.
A truck designed to make lots of noise. I had a muffler on a truck that did the very same thing one time.
And you can see why he wears ear protection. You can hear why he wears ear protection.
Oh, wow.
There's horns and whistles and just all sorts of things to make a lot of noise.
Oh boy, that is amazing, amazing indeed. And look at all the people it takes to make that happen as well.
Nah, they just wanted something to do, just jumped on there.
They just wanted to come out and be in the parade just like everybody else today. All right, more smiling faces and Santa hats coming down the street toward us today here at the Holiday Caravan Parade number 58. Parade has a long history, David.
It certainly does, and again, you've got veterans coming through, and this is one of the things that folks really like to show their appreciation for. The North Carolina State Veterans Home, it's located on the campus of the VA Medical Center in Salisbury. Good to see them. It's a 5-star nursing facility. And my daughter-in-law works there, so I'll give her a shout out.
Oh, she does?
Yep, sure does.
Okay. And I believe they were rated one of the best nursing homes, in a 5-year nursing home facility, which is located locally on the VA campus here.
Partners in Learning making their way through now.
Their mission is to model the highest quality learning environment that stimulates families and the community to provide optional growth and the development of children here in the area. What a wonderful job they do of that, too. Wow. Now here comes...
This is also part of Partners in Learning, and again, we were talking about the Veterans Home being a 5-star facility. So is Partners in Learning, and
But
so
it's
they
a
have this
rockin'
bus.
Christmas,
They
yeah.
do have a rockin' Christmas, and they have a rockin' good time, and it's a great facility. One of those things that makes you proud in our community that they're here.
Absolutely. Here comes Miss Rowan County veteran now in the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade. This is Ricky. She's a Jesse Carson High School graduate. 2017, a student at Rowan Cabarrus Community College, plans to go into radiology, she says.
And rolling through now, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority of college degree women. They got a great float.
Beautiful, too. A lot of Christmas trees there, a lot of beautiful white dresses, smiling faces, and the Queen Wave. I like the Queen Wave there.
It's a big Alpha Kappa Alpha, big sorority nationwide, thousands and thousands of members. They do a lot of good service projects. They do a lot of good work throughout the community. Good to see them.
Beautiful. Stepping Out Dance Company making their way down to the Holiday Caravan Parade right now, nestled in cozy Spencer, North Carolina. They're offering dance and performance competition opportunities all the way through many ages, 2 through, I believe it is 12 years of age.
They do a great job. You see them in a lot of events showing their moves, and you know, it's cool. They'll come through the parade, and usually they'll stop maybe and do a little display or whatever, but they're always just right together, always in sync.
Seen them over at Nazareth Children's Home and Streets Alive and Friday night downtown events and lots of different things all throughout the community too. This is their 21st year as part of the Holiday Caravan Parade here in the area. We're glad they're a part of this one.
Yep, and they offer a lot of classes, and so if you have a child interested in dance, it's a great alternative, a great option for you. You asked me a few minutes ago about the first time I attended a Holiday Caravan Parade, so I want to ask you the same thing. What's the first one you recall?
First one I can remember, maybe about 5 or 6 years of age too, and back in the day we would take it in downtown Salisbury. And you remember back then they had the big display of Christmas lights all throughout downtown Salisbury. That seemed like every telephone wire had lights across it, and the great big bell that was in the middle of town. You knew when you saw that every year and you watched the Holiday Caravan Parade, you knew that the holidays were just right around the corner. And to me, anticipation is 90% of the game.
Yep, you're right. And they would set out the chairs. They set out these wooden chairs, and my dad would always get chairs, and we would sit there, the whole hot chocolate and the blanket and that kind of thing. Some days it would be 75, but still, you wanted to have hot chocolate because, you know, it's the holiday season.
Now, on a day like today, you don't need that blanket. You really don't need the chocolate, but it's still nice to know that a lot of traditions remain the same. And the things we see in the Holiday Caravan Parade today have really always kind of been with us, like an old friend.
Stepping Out Dance Company again, and they say if you would like, you could attend their Polar Express show coming up Saturday, December the 9th at 4 o'clock, North Rowan High School at the auditorium. Admission is free. And they say you will leave and you will be full of the Christmas spirit if you go check out that Steppin' Out Dance Company show. And they are performing all kinds of places, Disney World, New York City, the
I see
Cherry
they've been to a
Blossom Festival.
Harlem Globetrotters event. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
Amazing.
Meadowlark went out and threw a bucket of water on them, but it was confetti.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so. All right. And off they go down the street to entertain even more people at the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade.
It's a lot of participants. I don't know if I have a number, but that's a lot of people in part of this the Steppin' Out.
As we said, all different ages.
Yeah, definitely.
All different ages.
That shot of the crowd, it's like 4 or 5 deep right there.
And that's common for this particular area. This is a popular place to watch it right out in front of the old Park Plaza Shopping Center and a lot of the downtown area there of Spencer.
Up next, we've got Stallings Memorial Baptist Church. Of course, they're located on Chestnut Hill in Salisbury, right at the top of the hill. You can see their steeple from downtown. It's just kind of a cool thing to look up and see that steeple. They're having a Christmas cantata that's coming up on December the 17th at 10:30 in the morning. That would be during their Sunday morning worship service. Stallings is using a previous Christmas parade prop. It is a gingerbread house, and it was something that they used about 3 years ago, but it worked, so they brought it back.
Is that one of the larger churches here in the area, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And you can see that gingerbread house. That really looks good. It said they had church members to come out and decorate it. A box of nerds. You gotta like
no,
that.
wait a minute, a box of nerds.
Yes. A box of nerds by your gingerbread house.
Wow, okay. Yeah, here comes our debutante queen. Tiasia Cuthbertson, I believe is her name. And she is smiling and waving to the crowd here across the area, followed by Laura Bell Baby, an upscale baby and children's boutique in the heart of downtown Salisbury, owned and operated by local residents Michelle Frigg and Aubrey Foster. Laura Bell was named in honor of Michelle's grandmother, Laura Bell Miller. How about that?
It's a great store right across the street from my office, in fact, and they do a good business. They have a lot of great stuff, again, for babies and children, clothes, different types of toys and things like that. Nice folks. You ought to go in there and see them.
More of those precious Santa hats here, and a lot of smiling, waving faces on this particular float here in the area.
And they've got some sweaters. So have you got a Christmas sweater? Have you got like an ugly Christmas sweater?
You know, I got rid of all my Christmas sweaters.
Oh, well.
I finally just decided, you know, I'm never going to wear these again. You still have a few?
No, don't have a single one.
Nope.
Cornerstone
Now,
Child
this one might
Development.
count.
Well, that's not really ugly. Cornerstone Child Development Center are here with this particular entry in the parade. They've been here for a while. They opened their doors on Webb Road in September of 2000, and then it said they have added 3 more locations. So obviously they're doing a good job.
They're serving 300 families in Rowan County, offering high-quality child care here in the area.
Oh, here it is. Here's one of the best things in the parade, the Mini Funk Factory. It's been around for a few years. Anthony Johnson put this together when he was at Overton Elementary School, and it is a marching band of elementary school age kids, and they were able to get a lot of donations of instruments and things like that, and they came up with the greatest name ever, the Mini Funk Factory Marching Band.
I love that name. That's a great idea too. Get all the kids involved in marching band at a very young age here in the area, when normally you don't really get to until much later. Here comes our friends at Chick-fil-A here in the area. Chick-fil-A, a big, proud sponsor, and people who know Chick-fil-A's food very well know that they could not live without that here in the area.
Using one of those classic fire engines as they're rolling through, and I believe that is Neil Wilkinson behind the wheel.
Is that Neil?
Yep, driving the 1914
How about that?
fire truck. I believe Paul Brown owns that. And
I think Neil might be a 1914 product himself here. Oh, no, he's not that old. I don't think he is. No.
Didn't.
That's Neil in the plaid there.
He might be a Depression era child.
Okay, we're going to be hearing from Neil's lawyers a little bit later on today. Beautiful day here in the downtown Spencer area for the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade. Here comes Rowan Little League softball down the street right now. Big, beautiful flatbed trailer there, some hay bales, and lots of excited ball players on that float right now, David.
And you know, this is something that we have become known for across the country, just particularly because of the girls softball team. And you may remember that they won the national championship a couple of years ago. This year they went deep into it. They played in the championship game, came up a little short. There the girls are. They're coming right by. Maybe they can throw some candy to us. But you know, this really, they developed a great reputation, not just for the way they play ball, but for their sportsmanship, a lot of the things that they did to help kids in the community. Very popular. Everybody's happy to see these girls. Everybody wants, be a part of that, the softball team.
Very good program here in the Salisbury-Rowan area too, and they brought a lot of pride to the community this year. Here comes all of our friends at Dimensions Dance Art. Now, they opened back in 1999. I've done a few of their pageants down through the years.
You were dancing with them?
No dancing. They
Okay.
had that in my contract, do not dance. But I had a great time emceeing a lot of their events down through the year. 19 years of operation here in the area, too.
Wow, that is pretty good.
They're dressed festively right now. Energetic, professional, technically correct. They stress that, dance training here in the area. They've got a wide variety of classes, ages 3 to adult, and they're also known as DDA. They offer children a chance to explore their individuality through dance.
All right, let's see what they're going to do. They're lining up here. They're going to put on a little something.
Going to make something. I'm not sure exactly. All right. I would be lost already out there. Here we go. Look at the age ranges here in the area too.
Yeah, it says 3 to adult. 3 to adult.
3 to
so
adult.
we could do that.
Can you imagine dancing when you were 3 years old?
No.
I can't imagine moving my legs very well by then. But you know, there's something there for everybody, and you can find yourself through dance in the area. It teaches kids confidence. It teaches them to express their individuality. And with a program like this, they've been around since 1999. They've been doing it, and of course, some of the people probably are starting to watch their own children be a part of Dimensions Dance Arts. So glad to have them here in the area performing for our judges right now.
They say they are one big family, one big dance family, and you can enjoy watching children follow their dance dreams, and that certainly is what we're seeing right here.
Yeah. And these kids love being in a parade. When you're a child, there's nothing more fun than when they pack you up there and you're marching down the street in a parade. Of course, you and I have both at times been in a parade, marching in a band one time. I was once in the Charlotte, I believe they call it the Charlotte Carousel Parade on Thanksgiving Day. That's not one of my more pleasant memories.
No?
For some reason. I missed my Thanksgiving lunch that day.
Yeah, the Carolinas Carousel Parade, that one. That's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah. And there they are, smiling, waving to this crowd under bright blue skies at the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade. This is the 58th Holiday Caravan Parade this year, and so glad to have with us today Dimensions Dance Arts. By the way, the elf is in.
I like
just in case
that.
anybody
Holiday
wants to
help,
know.
5 cent, little play on peanuts and
A little
and
bit of
all that.
Lucy's
Lucy's psychiatric
territory
right?
there, yeah.
That's good.
I don't remember her dispensing exactly the most profound psychiatric help, but she did the best she could, I'm sure. Santa's Workshop.
All right, Rowan Public Library comes rolling through town right now with the Stories to Go bookmobile. You know, that's another one of those things that it goes back years that our library has had the bookmobile. And it's so much fun when you were a kid because just the novelty of, you go get on this truck or this bus and here's all these books.
Yeah, they
come
bring
to
it to you. They bring it to you. And that did not exist probably when you and I were very young. Each individual community had its own small library. I grew up in the Faith area, and I remember a town library there. It's very small. You go in and check out a book every now and then. But they bring these books to life and they bring them to the kids. So we're glad to have them too. Here comes the Jump Rope Club. Is that what this is?
Yeah, from Carroll T. Overton Elementary School. I didn't know there was a jump rope.
I assume jump ropes are involved. I have no idea. And let's see here, 3rd through 5th grade students, and they're carrying the parade banner there. They are in, let's see, jump rope skills is what they, oh yeah, we're gonna see some here a little bit too.
Now this is
Were you
different.
good at this at all?
Yeah, medium. I couldn't do it where you had like 2 people holding the rope, you know, and then you would jump in the middle like they're doing.
I could do.
I couldn't
This
do
I
that.
can't do. This is doing my own. I usually wind up falling flat on my face at some point right about now.
They're not going to do that. Though.
No,
This
no.
is coordination.
Here
This
we
is
go.
good stuff. This
Oh.
is a neat idea.
Yeah. And it takes a while to get the hang of it too, but it's great exercise.
Yes, it is.
Everybody loves doing this. I was better at when somebody did hold the rope. And our teacher was she wanted to do it exactly right, and she stood me up in front of the class as an example of how not to do it.
Well, that's good.
You know.
Good you could serve that purpose.
Which,
This is the focus.
which I've done many times in my life.
Yeah, the focus of the Jump Rope Club is the physical, social, and character development of the participants. The club is free to Overton families. They meet weekly throughout the school year. They get support from Livingstone College student athletes. Now that's a pretty good idea, who volunteer their time at the weekly practices. That's
I like that idea. I like that idea. Good exercise for the kids as well. More of those Santa hats. Where do we get all these Santa hats for the Holiday Caravan Parade every year? There must be thousands of those floating out there somewhere today. So as the Jump Rope Club moves on down the street right now, are these the pork chop choppers?
I guess. Look at these bikes.
Where dreams become reality. Come ride with us at Franklin Baptist Church. Look at that. That is an amazing bicycle.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I think this is new. I don't remember seeing this
I've
before.
never seen this before. Skilled riding of bicycles there. Here comes our friends Noah's Playoff Preschool, a 5-star facility. It's been providing quality care for Rowan and surrounding counties for now 21 years, and locally owned and operated here in the area too. It says they're committed to providing a high-quality educational program and to assist children in becoming, here's that word again, very independent, very confident, very inquisitive learners.
It's a good look at the crowd there as they're taking all of this in on this beautiful, just gorgeous Wednesday afternoon. Noah's Play Loft put together a gingerbread house, and so everyone inside, the gingerbread family, I guess. Let me tell you, here's the tooth about this.
The tooth
Yes.
about this.
Nothing but the tooth.
That's right. I see there's a cavity in your, okay, Oak Ridge Dental Arts is located in Rockwool, North Carolina. They offer comprehensive services including family dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, braces, and I like this phrase, so much more. And more. Yeah, glad to have them with us today in the Holiday Caravan Parade.
Followed up by the Oak Ridge Dental, you've got Sir Purr representing the Carolina Panthers. He's always popular. So you've got Sir Purr and a giant tooth out working.
And there's no greater thrill in life than dancing with a tooth. No greater thrill whatsoever there, yeah. You got to be a happy person to play the tooth.
Look at this.
Look.
He decided to have a
Panther.
seat. Wow.
Now, is
Sir
this the
Purr.
official Carolina Panther?
Livingstone, one of the most popular entries year after year, the Livingstone Blue Bear Marching Band.
And you know why they are? They don't hold back. They give us the full 100% full throttle treatment each and every year in the Holiday Caravan Parade, and they've got it together.
Love to see the Blue Bears. They really do bring it. And it's been kind of a big year for the school. A few weeks ago, they had the 125th anniversary of the first black college football game ever played in the United States, because that game was played between Livingstone and Johnson C. Smith, and it was played on what is now the front lawn at Livingstone College. And so they had a big celebration for that. They had a lot of officials come in. Governor Cooper even signed a proclamation for the anniversary. Just a great thing. So that was a real point of pride for Livingstone to say the first black college football game ever played was played right there, right here in Salisbury.
And I can't imagine my high school band doing moves like this either. This is choreographed art right here that we see every year in the Holiday Caravan Parade.
The drum line's a big part of it, always is, you know, but then they've got the big brass too, so they really know how to bring it. Always
Did you ever see
have.
the movie Drum Line? Did you
Yes.
ever watch that? That's very impressive, very impressive. And it's a whole level of skill that that is fading much too quickly here in the area. I'd like to see a resurgence in that too.
I think that's why. That's one of the reasons you saw that mini funk factory earlier, the kids, because they want to kind of keep that going and aspire to be like this, to be like Livingston.
What a beautiful day they have today to perform for the crowds here at the Holiday Caravan Parade.
Still a big band too. That's still a big part. Music is a big thing at Livingstone, whether it's choral or with the band.
And here come our Miss Piedmont candidates here. The organization here, local affiliate of the Miss North Carolina Scholarships. Who are these young ladies, David?
Well, the convertible is Miss Piedmont's outstanding teen, along with her Carolina Princess, Ari Edwards. The car, of course, in a beautiful holiday theme, and so you've got those three. Looking good there.
Absolutely. They, I think Alexandria here that we see is ranked #1 in her sophomore class at Piedmont Community Charter School, has received numerous recognitions and awards here in the area for her dance abilities.
And that's her right there, Alexandria Franks. Pretty smile, pretty
What a
wave.
pretty smile from the pretty girl there. Glad to have them with us today in the Holiday Caravan Parade. Here comes our Salisbury Elks. Yeah, there's the big elk on the back of the truck right there already.
Seen a big elk and a big tooth and Sir Purr, so, you know, and the Food Lion. This pickup truck is pulling the Elks Drug Awareness Trailer. It's one of these, of course, efforts to stay away from drugs, stay away from violence, that sort of thing.
Glad to have Salisbury Elks Lodge 699 here in the area. Coming down the road toward us now in the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade, our friends at Spotlight Dance Company. They have both a float and they have some of their dancers here with us today. David, they were the 2017 first place overall showstopper National Dance Competition winners in the area.
Not only that, they have danced at Disneyland, on Royal Caribbean's Enchantment of the Seas on the cruise line, and with an orchestra. Wow, they've won a lot of awards. They've been everywhere, yeah.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of these dance companies, and they all seem to have lots of participants, lots of members. Just, it's a big thing in our community.
I got to ask you, were there dance companies when you were growing up? Was there opportunities to take dance?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we were still dancing and howling at the moon when I was a child, but
pretty much.
Yeah. First place overall Showstoppers National Dance Competition back in July. And as you say, they've been all over the place, including Disney World. They also went to world-renowned Moscow Ballet's Great Russian Nutcracker. Look at these beautiful kids. You can tell a wide range in ages represented here in this particular group.
Nice outfits, the white with the black, that's kind of different. I like that.
And those smiles, and look at those precision moves that they're putting on right now. A lot of beautiful ballet.
And again, Spotlight Dance Company, winners of quite a few awards, big time awards too, more like on a regional or sort of a national level. You can see why they did. You can see how they won. Look at that.
Whoa! Look at that. Judges have to be thoroughly impressed by this particular group, who've stopped to entertain our crowd right here in front of us.
When you did these broadcasts on the radio, were you not sitting like right beside the judges?
Yes.
What was that like?
Yes.
Did you watch like what they were looking at?
You know, I would watch them every now and then because they're making lots of notes as you go through the parade, and they're writing down their remembrances and things that they're spotting, and they're looking for various things, the presentation of the group, just generally how they sound, how they look, if they're a band, and there are lots of things that go into awards for these particular events.
Good to have them. It's always just a nice touch in every parade to see these dance groups because the kids are excited to be in it, and of course their parents are excited to be watching them. Walser Technology Group, I believe, rolling through now.
I'm glad you said that. WTG, I wasn't sure exactly what that stood for, Walser Technology.
Yep, they are in downtown Salisbury, one of Rowan County's trusted technology partners for 14 years. So if you have IT needs, talk to these folks at Walser Technology Group. They do a great job, nice folks.
I might be talking to them today. Always good to have them around. Oh yeah, handing out a few things to the crowds here at the Holiday Caravan Parade. Crowds always appreciate this parade so much. Great kickoff to the Thanksgiving holidays. Hope everybody's going to have a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving and Christmas this year here in the Salisbury Rowan community as we start putting it all together and headed toward the latter part of December here. The Refuge. The Refuge is our next entry.
Where do you get so many volunteers to hand out candy? Well, these folks are from the Refuge. I can see that's a church, of course, and they have their T-shirt. Good to see them coming through. It's the 58th annual Holiday Caravan Parade, and it rolls on after a word from our sponsor.
This is how Food Lion shoppers outsmart the season. By turning the imperfect into picture perfect. Making everything fresh, even if it's not from scratch. And counting on Food Lion to keep recipes budget-friendly and easy. Now, bring on the in-laws. Food Lion, how refreshing.
Food Lion Feeds provides meals to those in our community who need them most. With the gift of nourishing food, families can take care of the ones they love. And when they get back on their feet, show the same kindness to someone else. Pick up your Holidays Without Hunger box today.
Welcome back to the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade here from downtown Spencer.
And then the Boy Scouts of America, Cub Scout Pack 306, the winner of the Sapona District Cub Cup for 2013, 14, 15, and 16. Wow.
And they've also won some awards in this particular parade, too. They're the winner of the 2013 Non-Professional, Non-Business Holiday Caravan Float. The pack has 32 active members here in the area. They meet, by the way, at North Hills Christian School on Thursdays at 6 p.m. if anybody's interested.
And they've got a gigantic yellow Hummer, which is pretty cool to see. Makes it easy to pull this big float. I like the way they've done that.
I like that too. They've got some leadership awards here in the area too. Their pack was awarded the Leadership Award at the annual camping event this year. So it's good to have them in the Holiday Caravan Parade too. They stay active in many different ways across the area. By the way, next up, our Rowan County Youth Football League team consisting of second through fourth graders in the area. They're led by Coach Kevin Coffey here. Eric Barber is part of this too. Corey Seeley and Chris I hope I have this right, Chris. Chris Runrow. That doesn't even sound close, Chris. I'm sorry for butchering your name there. The RCYFL is always looking for young athletes to come out and join everybody in the fun of some tackle football.
You saw a couple of the players doing the dab, so I didn't know if that would still be a thing.
Is the dab still a thing?
Apparently it is.
Are we still doing the dab?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the look, push-ups. They're doing push-ups.
No.
Yeah, the Rowan Aquatic
That's just
Club.
showing off. I can do 3. Look at this.
That's
Look
impressive.
At this. These guys are in shape.
They're deciding how many to do. That's pretty good.
These guys are ready to go. Rowan Aquatic Club, Salisbury tradition founded by local artist and coach Phyllis Steimel over 35 years ago. It trains and encourages all swimmers in the county. And Coach Steimel, by the way, still swims on the RAC Masters.
These are the Marlins. That is the name of the group. Again, as Kent mentioned, this is a Salisbury tradition. We've seen football and softball and swimming and a whole lot of dance as well.
Every sport being represented here today. Swimming, by the way, is an important life skill as well as a sport, something we should all know how to do. So
I learned that at a very early age.
Did you go to the Y? Did you take it to the Y?
No, I was at Meadowbrook Pool. We lived in that neighborhood.
Good idea.
And my mom, that was like a big thing that I had to go learn how to swim really early. Love it.
I'm a swimmer, not a diver. I still belly flop. A little more belly to flop these days, too, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Down the street they come, the Southern Style Cloggers. They've been together since, well, I can remember clogging back in the early 80s, and personally I couldn't clog a good sink, so I don't know. This is just much better than I could do right here.
Since 1983, this group has been together, and like you say, it's like it just sort of came about that was a popular thing, and there were a lot of groups that were going around and performing, and then I guess your really good ones have kind of stood the test of time or danced the test of time. So they have a flatbed. It's got a nice wood floor that they've put down, and look at that.
I mean, some of the best costumes I've seen here today too. I like
Yeah.
this. Very, very festive looking. They've competed and they've won several different categories and divisions in state competitions. And they enjoy it. You can tell they love this. They're having a good time today. Of course, they swap out here. Some of the dancers will stop for a while. Some of the other dancers will come in.
I imagine it's physically taxing. I don't know.
It's very physically taxing. And even harder than it looks, folks. There it is. The cloggers here in the area. Here comes AMVET 565, our queen, beautiful queen there.
Amy Taylor, looking good on the Jeep, waving to the crowd. Good to see her.
Crowd very appreciative of everything they see here today in the Holiday Caravan Parade, including Carolina's healthcare system with us today. They're pleased to have employees and their families riding on the float today, many of their families there, and they have a lot to celebrate here in the area.
CHS Northeast celebrating 80 years of health, hope, and healing in the local community. And the Jeff Gordon Children's Hospital has served for about 10 years. And I remember when they opened and Jeff Gordon was there, and he was just so excited about being able to lend his name to an effort like this. And that hospital has really served a great need in this community.
Mascot on the float, by the way, is Wellaby Highbanks, the Children's Hospital mascot who rides that float. I don't think that's Wellaby right there, but there we go. The Forum Monster Truck represents the Forum Fitness Center of Salisbury. Forum has spent the last 20 years dedicated to helping the people of Rowan County meet all of their fitness goals.
And they've got Snoopy
Snoopy
on top. And the Forum has just gone through like a major renovation. The main floor, they've got this all new equipment. It really does look good. It's a great place. I think we're going to see some more from them a little later.
I think we will too, absolutely. Rowan County's Early College presenting a Timberwolf Christmas here in the area. By the way, students in the Wolf Santa hats will sit and stand, and they float there. They come by and they're just waving to the crowd here in the area.
Rowan County Early College does very well. That has been a great program that a lot of students are able to take advantage of, and it's just been a very, very good thing for our community.
They've been around for a pretty good while here in the area too. More of those beautiful Santa hats in the area. There they are.
Another classic truck coming through.
I think it's a 54 Dodge.
You think it is?
I think it might be. As I look at this,
As
that's
you
what it
look,
looks like to me.
It is from the Locke Township Fire Department.
Never mind that it's right here in front of me. There
no,
it is. Yeah.
No, you just figured it out. But you see this at a lot of events. It's good that they have this and they bring it out. Perfect for parades.
And the calliope. The calliope goes back, David, to 1887. You're probably wondering how far that goes back. There it is.
Yep.
Beautiful calliope. Restored with the financial assistance of Ed Brown.
Lori Klaus playing the music there on that calliope. She was very excited. She's well known. She teaches music and is a great musician in our area, and she was very happy to be a part of that.
Friends with Lori on Facebook. She has many students here in the area too.
True Value Hardware has a great float. Look at that, very festive, a lot of kids. You like to see the kids. Your local one-stop shop for everything hardware, True Value Hardware. They have locations in Concord and Salisbury.
And yeah, here comes a wolf. A timber wolf.
Not just any wolf.
No. He's really staring us down here, David. What's going on with this?
You're not supposed to look at him in the eyes.
No, no, no. Look away, look away. He's just going to look at me.
I think he's had a
till I
sedative.
go away.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know.
This is more
but
the...
if this is a staring contest, he's going to win.
Good point. I didn't know that was one of their
win.
strengths.
Oh, good. Okay.
Now what am I going to do?
Here we go. I don't know what we do now. Unicycles. Unicycle is here in the background.
Oh, he's a maniac.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Have you ever ridden a unicycle?
No, I have not. I have attempted, but not successful.
Never decided to try that in my life, but I admire the people who can. Now that hat I like. That's the Sinatra hat, not
What
that
about that
one.
one?
Not that one. No, no, no.
Okay.
More like what I'd probably get stuck with, but I love the Sinatra style
Oh,
hats
okay. Now
here.
see, now you got some coming through, and they're holding hands, they're doing little stunts.
They're
I like
doing
that.
And I've seen these people get up on these huge ones, these ones that just tower over the rest of them. I'm thinking, if you fall, there's no protecting anything. Yeah, there they are. Glad to have these talented artists here in the area. Aaron's, by the way, we help you own it, no credit needed. You can visit aarons.com for details and $50 off your first month's lease payment.
Aaron's, of course, a big national rental company. They have location in Salisbury that I'm aware of, downtown.
They do.
Nice look to their truck there. Good on them to get that shined up and put the wreath on the front and some garland around the name. That looks good.
All right, these might be our friends from Kittyland Kindergarten, the Royal Court coming up here. I hope so. Here comes another one of those trolleys that we were talking about earlier.
A nice float, it looks like, as you said, from Kittyland Kindergarten.
They're located, by the way, 1000 Long Street here in Salisbury.
Ah, look at that. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, man, look at the suit. That is a sharp suit. Yeah, we're getting a wave and a smile out of him there.
Yep. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous. Look at that.
Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Now, here come our friends at F&M Bank. Honored to be serving Rowan County residents and businesses and helping them to turn their dreams into reality, would you believe, for 108 years here in the area.
And a lot of the folks from F&M on that trolley, some of them are out walking through the crowd, and they really are. I know they're a financial institution, but they're an institution for this community. They always have been around a long time.
Got to tell you, my earliest memories of F&M Bank, they had the one location in Granite Quarry.
Yep.
Back in the early 60s or whenever, but I remember the first drive-through window that I ever saw was from the folks at F&M Bank back in the 1960s, and it was a treat for me to ride with my dad over to that particular bank in Granite Quarry and pull up to that drive-through window, and the lady would open it right up, and you put your bank book in there, and she'd do various things and give it right back to you there.
They also had one of the first ATMs, and it was at that same location that you're talking about that was there in Granite Quarry.
I do remember that very well.
And they had a girl stationed there in a lawn chair, so if you went by there, they'd show you how to use it. And she would get up there and help you. It was pretty cool.
Boy, I tell you what, ATM's been around for how long?
80s,
Mr.
maybe?
Fisher there. Their employees get involved in this community and stay involved in the community. They know what it's like to be a true steward of the community.
Yep, like you said, Steve Fisher, good to see him.
Chaired the United Way Drive many times here in the area too, and all these folks on bicycles behind the F&M trolley today. Yeah. The Pedal Factory, the bicycles come there. It is a nonprofit community bike shop. They offer open workshops where anybody can learn bike maintenance. Great idea. Now our friends at the Oasis Band coming up. I have loved this band for a long, long time. I can remember, I believe, I don't know, early holiday caravan parades. The Shriners were always such a big part of what you saw in lots of parades in the area, not just this one.
Yep, always one of the most popular entries because they have so many different sorts of things that they bring out. This is the band. Sometimes they have that steel drum band, and then they have, you know, all these other things that they bring. So good to see them. They're so active in the community. They do so much for children. As it says right there, for over 100 years they make music so that children can walk. Great to see them.
I'm assuming that all of the members of the band are Shriners. I don't really know that that's to be the case, but they have always ridden through and put those Santa hats on and played music for this crowd for many, many years across the area. And of course, we see various ages represented here today as well. And there's the leader of the band. So glad to have them here serving us for over 100 years in the area.
And another classic fire truck making its way through. We see a lot of them in this parade. That's always pretty good. Rowan County Board of Commissioners, I believe, riding on this fire truck.
I believe so. Current members are Chairman Greg Eds, Vice Chairman Jim Green, Commissioners Mike Caskey, Craig Pierce, and Judy Klusman here on the float today, here on the fire engine today. Yeah, there's Greg smiling and waving to this crowd right here.
Greg and Jim Green right here. They're at ease because
like
they didn't have an election this year, so everything's good.
All that changes next year.
Yeah.
The smiles might be disappearing here for the area as the competition heats up again.
One of my favorite cars, a Buick Grand National. Just a great classic muscle car, an 80s version of a muscle car.
Why is that such a great favorite of yours?
It's just pretty. It's a pretty car. They were well made, put together well. They're very popular. You saw that on NASCAR quite a bit. And this entry, this Buick Grand National from Catawba College, featuring the homecoming queen, king and queen maybe, yeah?
Yeah. Glad to have them with us today in the Holiday Caravan Parade. Couldn't ask for a better day. Absolutely beautiful here in the Spencer area. Sponsored by our friends at Food Lion. Always glad to have them do that and be such a big part of the community here in Salisbury, Rowan. There are our judges. We were talking about them earlier. Always in that train car.
Yeah, you're right. They're taking a lot of notes, taking it all in. Right now they're checking out the Champions in Motion. It's a cheerleading martial arts program based in Raleigh. They have competition teams in Virginia and the Carolinas. They're national champions. Program dedicated to providing an affordable program for athletes of all ages. And again, they are Champions in Motion, and they're in Motion in Spencer right now.
Our friends over at North Hills Christian School, that by the way is a non-denominational classical college, kind of a preparatory Christian day school, and it serves family in Rowan and surrounding counties. They've been with us now, believe it or not, 50 years.
Big part of the community, they certainly are. Junior kindergarten, grade 12, they offer AP and honors courses, award-winning fine arts, competitive athletics, and a whole lot more. Stay with us, we're coming right back with more of the 2017 Holiday Caravan Parade.